Alright, this is going to be a very random video for those of you that follow me. Jesse and Gina, two individuals who run, who run Prank vs. Prank, or BF vs. GF. I actually follow them. I think they're a great couple. I think recently there have been a lot of expansion on their channels and stuff going on. I'm not going to say they've let fame get to their heads, but it's one of those channels that I've followed that it's the same pattern. You have a great thing going, and then it becomes very popular, and then, hey, let's do this, and it's a special programming, whatever. Basically, I love and respect Jesse and Gina. I love Jesse and Gina in the sense that, you know, they're a couple, they love each other, their videos, their pranks are hysterical, especially the older stuff. And I follow their vlogs, and, you know, it's a good YouTube channel. But recently, YouTube Red, which I have thoughts of for another video. Anyway, the reason why I'm making this video, I think it's the first. Let me click this and double check for you, because this really pissed me off the other day, and I have no problem making a video on this. Yeah, it's episode 1, Girl Caught on Fire Prank. And yes, I obviously have a quote-unquote history with my scar's really showing up here. I have a history with fire, okay? For the worst possible reasons. No, I didn't get severely injured. No, nobody died. But other than that, it was a worst-case scenario. In the video, they basically have iJustine, and they have Joey, what's his name? Joey Graceffa. He's another YouTuber. He's popular. A ton of people follow him, i.e. a ton of millennials and so on follow him and look up to him and watch his videos all the time. And in the video, you watch it yourself. I'm not...
There's just turn it to the off.
I think I got it.
Okay. Grab us a burger.
Oh my god. Guys, guys, guys.
You guys know that?
They're on the way.
This thing's still on?
Hey, shit.
Did you turn it on?
Yeah, I turned it off.
You were supposed to turn it off.
I thought I did.
Alright, this is what pisses me off. I get it. It's a prank video. And I'm fine with that. Yeah, I have a personal connection with fire that goes well above and beyond what most people have. Fine. I understand that. I'm not trying to dull people's fun, for lack of a better word. The fact that somebody who's in his, I think, 20s... You know what? I actually don't know this. Let me Google this right now in front of you. How old is... Okay, so... Joseph Michael, or Joey Graceffa, born May 16th, 1991, which means he's 24... is an American actor, writer, producer, singer, and YouTube personality. His 2 YouTube channels have a combined total of 850 million views. And the son of a bitch doesn't know how to turn off a fucking grill. And I commented in nice words, hey, I can't believe you don't know how to turn off a grill, blah, blah, blah. And so many people replied, oh, well, every grill's different. Or, hey, not everybody can turn off a grill. Are you fucking kidding me? Have you never, ever in your life, Mr. apparently 24-year-old, I thought he was younger than that, apparently you're 24 years old and you don't know how to turn off a grill? Have you ever used a fucking stove before? Have you used a shower? Have you used any kind of device in daily life that requires you to look at it and it says off and on and in between are little dash marks? Are you fucking kidding me? You're going to defend him? And what the beauty part of this, the beauty part is, after she's unconscious and they put the fire out, one of the stagehands who's in on the joke goes, I thought you turned the stove off, or I thought you turned the grill off, and he goes, I thought I did. I'm not on some personal vendetta against this kid. It's a shitty situation, and if I was put in that situation, I would knock some people out if I could, or I would try to. Making me think that I lit someone on fire. That's a horrible situation to be in. I feel for him, and I feel for iJustine. But the simple fact that he didn't know for sure whether or not he turned off the grill, and then people argue with me, every grill's different. It's the same fucking thing. Off, on, in between dash marks for how high the burner goes. And even if you've never touched a grill in your life, you've touched something that has a knob that literally goes from off, on, and in between. And if you can't differentiate between off and on, what are you doing in life? The fact that tweens and teens and even millennials, teens, 20-year-olds, whatever, watch him religiously, I'm sorry, I just have a problem with this. And yes, I'll reiterate again for the 4th time in 8 minutes here, yes, I have a connection to somebody catching on fire and or fire, whatever. I get it. I'm sorry. I know that it means something to me more than most people out there, and that's a good thing, that most people don't know what I went through or have a first-hand experience. But if you're in a kitchen setting, like he and she was, where you're cooking something on a grill, you might want to know how to turn that shit off, right? Because if you're... this kid who's 24 grows up, has a family, whatever, you better fucking learn how to use one of the oldest fucking devices in modern human history, i.e. the stove, to cook food. And you know what? Yes, every grill is different in design. I work in appliances. I've done so for the past 2 years solid, after kind of taking leaving home theater aspects. Every single range, every single stovetop, every single cooktop, it's the same fucking premise. And even if it's like a weird design where it's an offshoot, if it's gas-powered, which this clearly was, again, for prank purposes, there has to be, legally, a knob that clearly has off, on, and then stuff in between. The fact that he literally said, oh, I thought I turned it off, that's what infuriates me. If he said, I turned it off, like he was sure of himself, maybe it's the whole righty-tighty, lefty-loosey thing, I'm sorry. I watched this video because I love Gina, I love Jesse, I like Prank vs. Prank, BF vs. GF, and I watched this video starting out going, okay, I get the joke, let's see what happens. And again, for the 5th time now, 6th time, yes, I have a connection to fire that most people don't, but I watched this with an open mind, and that whole bit, I'm sorry. People defending him, every grill's different. Fuck off. Again, I reiterate, you've never used something that uses rotary controls in 2016? Is everything digital to you? Fuck off. And the fact that I just mentioned how many followers he has on YouTube, I'm sorry. This left a bitter taste in my mouth, and nothing is going to change my mind. So if you're going to defend him, go elsewhere. I really don't care for your comments. Feel free to leave them. It's your right. It's my channel. The comment section is open. I watched this video, and I literally was angry. And you know what? I can't blame iJustine because she was partly in the joke, part not. I can't blame Prank vs. Prank because on the first level of this joke, it can be funny. I think it's taking joking to an extreme. I think that, you know, joking with somebody and making them think that they caused somebody to catch on fire and literally burn to the point of passing out, not knowing, of course, that they were in protective gear and gel and all that jazz. That's a little much. That's not like, hey, I stapled somebody's finger or toe, or hey, I caused somebody to get an electric shock. To burn someone like that, that's a little far, even for Prank vs. Prank. At least to involve people who aren't used to being pranked. And you know what? The video now has like 1.4 million views. It's all thumbs up. Oh, that was funny. Oh, I can't believe they didn't know. Blah, blah, blah. And again, 8th time now, 7th time now, I know I have a different viewpoint on things involving fire. I just think this was in poor taste. And again, I reiterate, I love Prank vs. Prank, Gina, and Jesse. God forbid you watch this. I love you guys. I think you're one of the original YouTubers that made it big, that did something unique and original. Not the only ones, but one of the originals. I watched this video and no, I do not agree. And the fact that Joey doesn't know how to turn off a grill. Again, it wasn't like she caught on fire and he had to turn it off really quick. That's a different story. You're under stress, you're under pressure, time restraint, someone's on fire. Different story completely. If that's how that went, different story. I would not be making this video at all. But the fact in the beginning of the video, they were cooking and she's like, hey, just turn off the grill for me. We're going to go to a different set. Let someone else do it. No, turn it off for me. Okay. You don't know how to turn off a stove? A grill? Give me a fucking break. Seriously. And if you're going to defend him, you better leave a better comment than every grill's different, because every grill has the same principle when it comes to connections. There's literally laws and manufacturing restrictions that are in place for that. Anyway, have a good night, guys.